So this is looking north, and this I'm standing on that big old dock, which I need to upgrade to receive bigger boats. This dock is about 40 meters wide and really a good and solid pier made of stones. And we're coming now to the newer hut, which we use now ourselves for holidays. That's the old house in the background with the boathouse, and then there is this old what should I say, dock with stones, where it used to be a big building in the old days. So this place here, it's where I plan to build the small luxury huts. There's a good view, it's close to the sea, and it's relatively private, and you can have it directly on the waterfront itself. It's a little bit rainy today. We've been out fishing. So here is actually where I build this small pond, where I want to have some white sand, and I can let water in and out, because I built this wall here that keeps the water in, but I can let it out, and so I can have quite fresh water whenever I want. And then again, the same area here, which I will move on to now. Old boathouse. I'm going to build a new boathouse behind that one for storage, suits, cleaning equipment, etc. And here this little beach needs some new sand. And this area here used to be an old wooden pier where the big house was, and it's quite a nice place. It's a good view out toward the northeast, boats running by, and you have the big mountains in the back there. It's quite spectacular, almost 800 meters high. So this is a place where I want to build a wooden pier, where with a harbor for small boats out here, because this is a very good harbor. This is a place to have the boats, but also here at least 3 lux huts with a good view and waterfront. So again, on the same stony dock is where it's possible to build huts with a nice view. And I'm standing actually on the corner now. So this is the corner. It's quite deep. You can actually stand here and fish, and you get fish. There's plenty of fish here. And this dock continue around the corner, so it's possible to build several huts along this edge here. You can turn the hut at the far end, facing southwards, with a good view southwards. The other huts here maybe with a super close glass front to the water, so that it should be quite private and exclusive. And one hut at the corner here, looking north. So So let's move on to the other location. So again, the boathouse, and moving on to the old house, which is about 80 square meter footprint, 2 floors. Doesn't look really nice at the moment, but it's possible to upgrade. So this house is really the old house, so it's basic, very, very basic. It's possible to build a small apartment in the first floor, upgrade this bathroom here. It's also a small toilet and bedroom, so that's possible to leave like it is, and knock down some walls. We have a kitchen in that room, clean up this area, and make this into a nice eating conference area with a small fireplace, maybe here. And then need to redo the entrance part with a new staircase up to the second floor. And the second floor is now just packed with different rooms, so you need to knock down the walls. It's possible also here to keep one small apartment in the corner in connection with the bath. And there's a toilet which you can do 2 ways, so you have 2 toilets, one for the small flat and one for the guest. And then again, all the way here, knock down the walls, make a big nice library. You can open up the roof so it's open, nice, with some roof windows. And this is actually the best part of this house. It's a good view towards the north, and at the same time it's a good view towards the east and where the boats are passing by. And this place is also where I want to build the family huts, because it's a beach area and it's quite private and protected. So I'll move on to that place. Here again, looking back to the old house, and this little protected bay where it's possible to build. It's about 60 meters from the corner in here, so I don't know how many huts it's possible to build, but this could be a nice place for family huts. It's a nice view over the water, also some mountains further on when it's clear weather. And it's also possible to build huts further along the edge here. There is actually a small red hut already standing here. It's a nice hut as well, but it's old. It's more like a climber's cabin. That's the red old hut. This wall at the front edge is possible to build. And what I want to do inside here, the high tide will come all the way up here. I want to fill white sand in this area to make it a nice beach, because now the sand is not really good quality, but this could be a really nice places for kids to play, and really just a nice place to be and look out towards the sea. So this whole face here would be a nice place to build huts. So standing at the corner, this is where the ferry boat goes to that place. That's where the shop is, so it's just a few hundred meters to the shop. And here is again the old house. So this stretch from here to here, I think it's where I want to build a family hut. And maybe on the other side towards the red huts, smaller, more private huts, but maybe in the second phase. And this is actually how it looks on high tide. So this is the small bay where I wanted to put more sand to make it nice and white and family friendly beach. So now it's not completely high tide yet, but as you see, it's all filled up with water. So what I was thinking was that here the huts could be on poles at the water's edge and going into the terrain on the rock there, with some nice pathways and maybe hot tub on the outside. So again, there's the same bay down there. I just want to show the rest of the island. It's actually the biggest part of the island, which is the south part, which is a recreational area. We can walk around, have a few benches and paths, and it's quite a nice area where it's not going to be any building. Coming out from the woods and looking towards the old house. It's a nice field. It's reasonably flat. I want to drain it for it's quite soggy, so I want to drain it and make it into a football field for you know, children, various activities to be here. Just some grass, some leveling to do, and then it should be a nice place. That's the old barn that's going to be torn down. A little bit different view of the area. As the barn, football field. It's looking south, looking east, and then towards Norskott, and then out towards the ocean and the north. I'm going to move to that hill. So look on the view. So that's the big old stone dock. This is the other edge of that the other old dock, and the view looking northwest. Again, different view, standing on the top behind the new hut. That's west, moving south, the old house, and on the other side the ocean again, facing southeast. And I'm going to go north to see the little beach at the north side. I have to show you a little bit of the panorama from the top. There's a small cairn standing here, which is one of the high points on the island. And that's the northern tip down there, with a nice beach. So at the northern tip, with a nice white sandy beach, and this is also the closest point to Norskott, where the shop and the ferry is. A small harbour for small boats at Norskott, small pub as well.